To you who is listening today, who knows what it feels like to be judged before being understood, people looked at your struggle and quietly decided how your story would end. They thought your difficult season was your final season, but what they did not know was that while they were watching you fail, while they were watching you fall, life was preparing you for a rise. For some time in the family, nobody has spoken positive about her. When her name came up, there was always a joke, a criticism, a reminder of her mistakes. When she lost her business, they talked. When she moved into a small rented room, they talked. When her engagement ended unexpectedly, they talked even more. Some said she was cursed, others said she was too proud. A few a few simply enjoyed watching her struggle. The painful part was that these were not strangers. These were people who sat at the same table during family gathering, people who smiled when they saw her, people who secretly celebrated every setback. She knew it she knew it too. That was why she stopped explaining herself. Every time she tried to tell her side of the story, no, everybody twisted her words. Every time she shared her plans, nobody everybody laughed. Eventually she became quiet, not because she hadn't given up, because she was tired, tired of proving herself to people who had already decided she would fail. For a long time, life was not easy. Some nights she ate only one meal. Some months she struggled to pay rent. She watched friends move ahead while she seemed stuck in the same place. There were moments she questioned herself, moments she wondered if the people criticizing her were actually right. But every morning she got up and tried again. Nobody applauded her effort. Nobody offered help. Nobody called to ask if she was okay. Yet she kept moving, one step at a time. Then something happened. A small opportunity arrived. Not a miracle, not a sudden breakthrough, just a chance. Most people would have ignored it because money was small. But she treated it like gold. She worked harder than she ever had before. While others were sleeping, she was learning. While others were gossiping, she was building. While others were discussing her failure, she was quietly creating a future. Months and years passed by. The same people who had written her off stopped hearing bad news about her. That bothered them. They searched for updates, nothing, no drama, no complaints, no failure, just silence. And silence can be dangerous when people are waiting for your downfall. Then came the morning that changed everything. The message in the family group that contained a photo, just one photo. She was standing in front of a building she now owned. Nobody could believe it. The woman they had mocked for years had become one of the most successful person in the family. The group that chatted suddenly became active. Congratulations appeared everywhere. People who had ignored her for years suddenly remembered her number. People who never supported her started telling others they always believed in her. But there was one thing they did not know. She had saved every message, every insult, every prediction about her failure, not because she wanted revenge, because those words had become fuel. They had pushed her on the day she wanted to quit. Later that evening, she received a phone call. A phone call. The caller was a relative who had once laughed when she lost everything. His voice sounded different now. A few minutes of conversation, he finally asked the question he really wanted to ask. How did you do it? There was a long silence. Then she answered, the same way I survived everything else, one day at a time. He said nothing because deep down he knew the truth The family had spent years watching her struggle. Nobody had been watching for growth. And that was their biggest mistake. They thought her difficult season was proof she would never be successful. What they failed to understand was that some people bloom in private. By the time the world noticed them, they the hard work is already done. The people who wanted to witness her downfall eventually became witness to her success, and every achievement she made became a reminder that they had underestimated the wrong person. Never let never let people's opinion become your future. Some of the same people who doubt you today may one day be asked how you did it. Keep building, keep growing, and let your result tell the story.